The president's right. Democrats, they spend every second, minute, hour of every 24-hour day looking to smear this president. I've said it before, if he cured cancer, they'd still hate him. And yet it hasn't slowed the president down, has it? In fact, while Democrats are always busy obsessing about the Russia hoax, the Ukraine hoax, Russia, Ukraine, impeach, President, well, he's been hard at work since he was elected, and the results, they speak for themselves. Now, take a look at your screen. These are accomplishments. This is just a side note here of a president during the single most difficult, hyper-partisan moment, if you will, in our lifetimes. And through it all, he has still been able to remain focused on his promises. The success, the track record is amazing. We have the best employment situation since 1969 in less than one term. Yep, watch what you see there. The president has renegotiated trade deals with Mexico, Canada, Japan, and South Korea. And, of course, the wall on our southern border, he's got the money now. It's getting built. He ended more bureaucratic red tape than the last 50 years combined. He successfully appointed 2 constitutionalist judges to the U.S. Supreme Court and hundreds of other federal judges. Yes, originalists, constitutionalists. He passed the largest tax cuts in history that generated an economic boom. We have nearly 9 million new jobs created, nearly 9 million fewer Americans on food stamps, and millions more out of poverty. As I said, the lowest unemployment rate since '69. Most Americans are working today, that's 1969, than ever before in history. For the first time in decades, this country now, in 75 years, is energy independent and a net exporter of energy, the lifeblood of every economy on this earth. None of it matters to the left. None of it matters to their mob friends in the media. None of it from the moment he entered office, frankly, the day he came down the escalator with Melania. They called for his impeachment. Never seen anything like this. They did their very best to defeat him. They even saved his opponent from prosecution, certain prosecution that we would have been prosecuted for. Then, of course, the dirty Russian dossier, the very thing they were accusing him of that he didn't do, they were guilty of. It is a never-ending, unceasing end, hysteria, lies, hoaxes, conspiracy theories, and now it is a real, clear, present danger to this republic. Remember Ben Franklin, monarchy or republic? A republic if you can keep it. I'm not so certain tonight we're going to keep it. We live in a country now where simple, basic, fundamental facts, objective truth, basic truth, obvious truth, the rule of law, constitutional governance is in jeopardy tonight, and the damage may be irreparable. And by the way, now like Groundhog Day, here we are all over again. You thought it was over? It's not Russia, it's just Ukraine. For the Democrats, this has never, ever been about getting to the truth, nor about serving their constituents. All this is about for them is power and an inexplicable hatred and rage towards Donald Trump, all things Trump. Remember what Congressman Al Green said in May? Democrats don't impeach the president. Well, yeah, he could win. He's likely to win re-election. You know, pretty much sums it up. The end goal has always been impeachment. There's no actual path. There's no crimes, high crimes, misdemeanors, abuse of power, bribery, none of that. So for the past 3 years, Democrats have tried. They have failed time and again to manufacture out of whole cloth impeachable offenses. As Nancy, we have many options, many choices on impeachment. We'll just pick one. And if there's no quid pro quo, we'll lower the bar. The hysteria now surrounding Ukraine is no different. And today, Congressman Devin Nunes, I think one of his finest moments in Congress, he summed it up perfectly. Let's take a look.
I want to congratulate the Democrats on the rollout of their latest information warfare operation against the president and their extraordinary ability to once again enlist the mainstream media in their campaign. This operation began with media reports from the prime instigators of the Russia collusion hoax that a whistleblower is claiming President Trump made nefarious promise to a foreign leader. The released transcript of that call has already debunked that central assertion. But that didn't matter. The Democrats simply moved the goalposts.
All right, pay attention. The media mob will never report this. Here's what we know about this so-called whistleblower complaint. The complaint relied on, no, not a real whistleblower. Hearsay evidence, reports from the mainstream media. I guess anyone in America could be an official government whistleblower. Just have your friends all get together and write it up in a really lawyerly way. The Inspector General determined that the whistleblower had a political bias against the president. No shock there. In fact, he or she is represented by a law firm that actually pays for anti-Trump leaking from the government. Even have one of their billboards, I hear, outside of Langley, where the CIA is. Either way, the Department of Justice, they investigated the complaint. Didn't take them long to determine 0 crimes were committed. None. Zip. 0. There was no quid pro quo. The Ukrainian president, even the foreign minister, both denying being pressured by President Trump in any way. Democrats' latest ploy, impeach the president, is beyond a dud. And you see that guy there? He's the biggest liar in Congress. His name is the cowardly Schiff. Literally made up out of thin air. He made it up today. His own little version of the transcript that we all read yesterday. Didn't matter what some whistleblower said, because we had the information yesterday. So all of this, oh, wow, we got to hear the whistleblower. We read it yesterday, and there was nothing in there at all that they claim would be in there. He performed a dramatic reading, Schiff did, for all his adoring fans back in California. Before I show you the clip, I want to make this clear. What we're going to play you is not the transcript between Trump and his Ukrainian counterpart. No, that wouldn't work. That's called truth, objective truth. No, what he does is pure fiction. This is a Adam Schiff fantasy that he decided to share at today's hearing. You know, the guy that was caught on tape literally colluding with someone he thought was a Russian to dig up dirt from a foreign government against Donald Trump. Watch the liar in action.
This is the essence of what the president communicates. We've been very good to your country, very good. No other country has done as much as we have. But you know what? I don't see much reciprocity here. I hear what you want. I have a favor I want from you, though. And I'm going to say this only 7 times, so you better listen good. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it, on this and on that.
The transcript was so damning, why did Mr. Schiffy there had to make up his own version? That's right, because everything Schiff and his colleagues accused the president of doing, they themselves are guilty. That would be called projection. For example, let's look at the topic of collusion. Democrats falsely claiming over and over again the president colluded with foreign government. Well, if that was really bad, well, it was actually Adam Schiff caught on tape looking for naked pictures of Trump. Naked, yeah. Did Vladimir see them? Did Vladimir see them? Yeah, but of course, Vladimir see the naked pictures of Trump. Yeah, he got nailed by 2 pranksters that said they were from Russia, and he was trying to get dirt on Donald Trump to impact the elections from a Russian. And in 2017, in early January of that year, Politico, they issued a damning report. We've reported it. I don't think the mob has, about the DNC's real Ukrainian collusion. Democrats cared about Russia collusion. Why did they care about Ukrainian collusion? Look at Politicos. It's a 32-minute read, according to their estimates. Ukrainian government officials tried to help Hillary Clinton and undermine Trump by publicly questioning his fitness for office. They also disseminated documents implicating a top Trump aide in corruption, and they suggested they were investigating the matter only to back away after the election, and they helped Clinton's allies, that's right, little DNC operatives that sought information from a foreign country to help impact the election, to get damaging information on Trump and his advisors. They did this with the help of a highly paid DNC operative. That would be called real collusion. Any hysteria, any calls for investigation? Nope. This is a political game. Only if you can bludgeon Trump is the name of the game. Don't care about real collusion. Don't care about quid pro quos. Just look at Sleepy Creepy Joe 30330. He's in serious trouble tonight over what are legitimate, credible claims that he leveraged $1 billion in taxpayer money. Now, maybe if he called and said, "Can I talk to you as a father?" Well, maybe that would have been different. But he used our money to get a Ukrainian prosecutor fired who was investigating his son, and even the New York Times warned him, and he tried many times to get this guy fired and eventually succeeded when he said, "You got 6 hours." Oh, son of a bee, they fired him. According to multiple sources, as vice president, 2014, Biden was appointed point person by Obama in Ukraine. A few months later, Joe's son, Hunter, scored a lucrative position on the board of Burisma Holdings. That is Ukrainian oil and gas giant. Well, Hunter Biden was paid millions of dollars for consultancy fees, but he had no experience in oil, gas, energy, or no experience with Ukraine that anybody can find. In November 2015, Joe Biden was told by the New York Times his son's under investigation by Ukrainian authorities. December 2015, Joe Biden made his first request to the president of Ukraine to fire the leading prosecutor looking into the investigation of Burisma Holdings and the relationship with Hunter Biden. In March of 2016, John Solomon reports Biden knew this prosecutor was again investigating his son. That's when Biden leveraged your money, $1 billion taxpayer dollars, forced the Ukrainian president to fire the prosecutor in 6 hours. That would be a billion reasons why he had to. And Biden claims the prosecutor was corrupt, and that's why he wanted him to go. He wants you to believe the billion-dollar quid pro quo had nothing to do with the son's company. Thanks to John Solomon, breaking news tonight, we now have evidence that Biden is likely lying through his teeth.